Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's been a long time since I make a video, so I'm gonna do a little update today. I was on jury duty for about 2 weeks, so I had to, report to the courthouse, and then I was actually selected to be on a jury, and I was on trial for about 5 days. I think the trial lasted, and yes, it was an interesting experience. I had never been on jury duty before, and it was interesting. It was a lot more tedious than I thought it would be. You watch those courtroom dramas on TV and they're all fast-paced and drama-filled, but being in an actual jury box is just slow and tedious. And it's hard. Listening all day is hard. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, not just like listening, but like listening, active listening, because you want to remember everything that you're hearing. You're making a judgment about someone and their guilt or innocence, and you want to make sure you don't fuck it up. So yeah, it's a bit draining to do active listening the entire time. So it was an interesting experience, though. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was bad. I mean, it wasn't fun, but it wasn't bad. It was definitely an interesting experience. Get to see law in action in our country. So yeah, that happened. Over the weekend, my husband and I joined a gym. Well, I was already a member of a gym, but I switched, and he joined this gym. And the reason we did it is because he has rheumatoid arthritis, so he has trouble doing exercise because his knees are really, really messed up, and so he wanted to be able to do aquarobics. And this particular gym has a really good aquarobics schedule because, most gyms, they have very limited aquarobics, and the classes they do have are in the middle of the day so that old retired ladies can do it. And, he's still young and he has a job, and so he has to do it, during non-work hours, and this gym actually has classes, at night at 6 p.m. So, and it's cheaper for both a member of the same gym, and we get like a couples package. So I switched gyms, and in all, it worked out really good, because even though the 24-hour fitness where I work is awesome and amazing, the 24-hour fitness here where we live is crap. And so it's cool that now I have a gym when I'm home over the weekend or something, and I can go swim. It has an awesome pool, and yeah, very neat. So that segues into, weight loss. I'm still challenging Mortalius. We got our little thing going still, and I didn't do so good. I weighed myself this morning and I gained 2 pounds. It's a bit disconcerting. Before jury duty, I'd started, calorie counting and tried to be really, really good, and then I didn't lose any weight. And then during jury duty, I stopped going to the gym because I was at the courthouse. I started eating out because, I couldn't lose my parking spot, so I just walked to wherever restaurant was in walking distance, and I wasn't eating very good, and I didn't gain any weight. And so now I'm off, and I started going to the gym again, and I'm still, I'm not calorie counting at the moment, but I'm still trying to watch what I'm eating, and I gained 2 pounds, so who knows what that's about. I'm not going to let it discourage me, though. I'm still going to the gym. If nothing else, being, fit and fat is better than being lazy and fat, I suppose. So I'm still going for it. And now you're probably wondering about the title of this video. What the hell am I talking about? Our dog, Coda, he's our little boy, but he got into some stuff he shouldn't, with the help of his sisters, of course, because it wasn't entirely his fault. It was partly their fault too. But there was some chicken wings from Hot Wings. So there were chicken bones on the kitchen counter, and the cats, I guess, knocked them on the ground, and Coda ate them. And if you're not a dog owner, or if you're a dog owner and you don't know about it, chicken bones are horribly bad for dogs because they're really brittle, and when they bite on them, they just shred into a bazillion little bone harpoons that go through their intestinal tract. And if you're lucky, nothing happens. Coda was not quite so lucky. So he's had diarrhea for like a week, and he's been bleeding a bit. The bleeding appears to have stopped, so I think all the bones have gone out of him. But I was trying to feed him, as much food as he would eat, so that, he had something in his intestines to kind of cushion all the bones and all the little mini bone harpoons. But he's a little bit too smart for his own good, because he figured out that the food had somehow hurt him, and so he didn't want to eat. So I figured, okay, he's not eating his dry food because he figured his dry food's not going to hurt him. So I went up on him wet food, and I fed him wet food, like an entire can, and he's a small dog, he's only 14 pounds, and he just scarfed it down because he was starving. But the next day, he was still sick because he still got, tummy issues, and then he decided that the wet food made him sick too. So he didn't want to eat his dry food, he didn't want to eat his wet food, and I'm trying to get him to eat. Eventually he got hungry enough to eat though, and he's starting to feel better now. He was never acting sick. I mean, he wasn't, like, just laying down in a corner, and, he would still wag his tail, and he was still excited when I took him for a walk, so he wasn't, like, horribly messed up. And no, I didn't take him to the vet because, once they eat it, there's really nothing you can do except wait for him to pass it, and he seems to have passed it all now, so yay! But yeah, thank God we don't have carpet downstairs, because literally, there was shit everywhere. It was nasty. We usually leave him a puppy pad in the downstairs bathroom because he's a little guy and we're gone a lot, so we want him to make sure that he can, he can take a piss if he needs to. Normally that's all he does. He doesn't usually go, he doesn't go number 2 in the house, but he had diarrhea, so he just goes straight into the bathroom, and the entire bathroom is just, utterly, take a bottle of Pine Sol and just pour it on the ground and let it soak and then pick it all up. Anyway, yay, I'm glad that's over. What else is there to talk about? It's November. I wasn't growing the beard when I was in jury duty because I didn't want to look like a homeless person like I do right now. Can you see my beard? Sort of. Kind of. I can't really grow a good beard. I suck. I'm not a real man. And that's why I didn't let it grow out when I was in jury duty, because I would look like a homeless person and a little scruffy. But now that it's over, I'm participating in November again, just for fun. It may roll over into December, I don't know. And yeah, that's it. I wasn't very good about posting Homotastic while I was on jury duty, but I am hoping to get back on track. I did post one yesterday, so go check that out. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Until next time, YouTube, love and bubbles.